Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa namine Gura Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prestayate
Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa namine Gura Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prestayate
Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya
Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Gopata Vrinda
Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Gopata Vrinda
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana 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 Haribol Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana 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 Hello Lord and God, this I Lord, time today, thy Lord Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Hello
Gopala
Madana Mohana, Gopala Gopita Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala Gopita Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala Gopita Rama, Madana Mohana. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gauranga, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gauranga. Jaya Jaya Shila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Shila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Shila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Shila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa, Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa, Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa, Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa. Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gora Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prestayati. Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gora Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prestayati. Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gora Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prasayate Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gopalata Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
So let's simplify what we're doing by understanding what is ignorance and what is wisdom. Ignorance is about falsehood, a world, a life of falsehood, not true, not eternal. When we speak of wisdom, it is about the person, you, who is eternal, who is covered by this material energy, this body. So all of us here, we're looking for relief, an experience of peace, an experience of joy, security, and happiness. Because we, the spirit soul, the living entity, life, is by nature joyful. So when a person is ignorant of his true transcendental nature and identifies himself as the body, his goal in life, or what is inherent, inseparable from him, to experience joy in different ways. The sharing of love, service, does not give him this joy he's seeking. Because what happens is that the living entity who is covered by this body under the influence of material nature, this material energy, because the body is made out of material energy, earth, water, fire, air, ether, the chemicals, and we are in an environment of matter. So when we are ignorant, we live a life of falsehood. And how is that? And what are our activities? We try to bring this body in an environment that we think will give us alleviation. Okay? Just like, for example, it's winter in your place. Okay? So you go to a place that's the temperature is not so cold. Okay? We want to experience joy, and we see through the senses, and we see through this world, and we try to accumulate material things synonymous with economic development, money. So if you have money, you can have more material things. Okay. So what happens? A person who's ignorant tries to find this relief and continue to follow the path of ignorance because of not understanding his true transcendental nature. Look around. For example, I have a friend. My friend, I have a friend, okay? He has a very beautiful daughter physically, okay? But everybody's beautiful, okay? But because of ignorance, we perceive beauty as external, as this skin, okay? So what do they do when they identify themselves as the body? They portray the hardware that they have, okay? You look at the TikTok, yeah? What do? Diba? They dance and show, look what I've got, But what they're doing actually is they're trying to experience joy, but the wanting to experience is a portrayal of the hardware, the external hardware, this body. So people can see it. As if those who are also blind can be the medium to fulfill what this person thinks will give her happiness or him happiness. So they portray, look what I've got. Okay. Not only that, my friend told me, you know what? My daughter is so beautiful, okay? But if you see the wife of your friend, wow, she's really gorgeous, more beautiful than my daughter. It's a pity because the person whom I'm talking is my brother, okay? And he looks externally what beauty is. So when a person is driven by a force of lust and ignorant of his identity, the search for fulfillment will be directed upon the external, this material energy. So what does this person do? He brings this body, the source of suffering, and try to suck in through the senses that will give him alleviation of what he thinks will be fulfilling. But what is happening? He thinks he's the doer. He's not the doer. The doer is the material energy who forces us. So there is a factor there that dominates all of us. Material energy, the modes of passion, the mode of goodness, the mode of ignorance. So with ignorance, never will we experience this freedom, relief. Okay? Because our energy, life, the living entity, will be directing his effort by force in a direction of utility, a different energy matter. Okay? You may be accumulating so much wealth, okay? Because everybody's envious. She is wealthy. He got a beautiful wife, He changes wife every 3 years, Or he has a mistress there, a mistress here, okay? And everybody, wow, he's a bad guy. But actually, that's envy because in their mind, they're thinking, wow. No? And what do they have? Okay? But if you look closely with wisdom, we must become free from this ignorance. We must culture transcendental science. The culture of the science is a focus upon trying to take shelter upon this temporary moving world made out of atoms and molecules, the building blocks that you see. And how do we try to enter that world of lifelessness is through these gross senses. We use the mind influences us, and the intelligence, we use it to, in ignorance, driven by an energy that is more powerful than us, the mode of passion. We try to garner building blocks that are continually changing. So back to the point, my friend tells me, my daughter is so beautiful, But it's relative. What is beautiful when you are in the body of a human being is not beautiful from the eyes of the cockroach or, the termites. The termites will say, wow, you're so beautiful, I'm gonna eat you like the way I eat the wood. No, just look. And the dog who passes by looks at you. If you're just standing there like a post, you just stand there. Oh, you think, oh, I'm beautiful. Look at the hardware I got, 24, 36, 36, okay? Or I have these abs, 10 abs, Yeah. Okay? The dog passes by. See, who's this? What is this pose? And he pisses on your foot, okay? He's not interested. But what is sad there is that the time that has been given to us, it's misdirected upon this temporary moving world. And the projection under the influence of a force that drives us is focused upon trying to enter a world of alleviation, trying to experience relief in a world of suffering. Okay? So, what is relatively physically beautiful from what we perceive as in the body of a human being, okay? And she's telling, oh, my daughter is so beautiful, okay? The wife of my friend is so beautiful. But after 20 years, it becomes boom, 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 boom. Oh, come, her body is like an elephant already, okay? And it's like a flower, when the flower blossoms. It's very sweet, all the bees goes there, But after a while, time factor, it withers. It dries up. So it's also like that. You're born in this world with a body, a young body, and after a while, it becomes old and old and old. You change from one body to another. A baby body, a young girl's body, a young woman's body, a middle-aged body, an old woman's body. So when I look at the picture of my mom when she was so young, when my father was so attracted to him and married my mom. It's a good thing he married my mom. So I have this body now, okay? And I have the opportunity to come to this time and place and meet our spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. Okay? But prior to that, the life we live prior to coming with this wisdom is a life of lifelessness. And not only that, you think you're so great, you're so wealthy. If you there's this, one time there's this cartoon from Horrible Philippines, You know, Muhammad Ali, the boxer, he shout, I'm the greatest of all. Yeah, Muhammad Ali, you don't call him Cassius Clay because, it's racist. It's a racist word. Cassius means white, American. Huh? So call him Muhammad Ali, okay? They say, I'm black. You don't call them nigger because it's a racist word. But black is not a racist word. And white is not a racist word. Okay? Everybody got so topsy-turvy already, what's real, what's true, okay? So I'm the greatest of all, okay? And then there's this satellite during the time NASA is able to go have this ship to go far, far from Earth. So it's very far. So the Earth is so small, and he's there. For example, United States of California or America, okay, the land of milk and honey, where all the Filipinos wanted to go and experience this joy, okay. We have this wrong attitude, okay, because of ignorance, okay. We identify ourselves as the body, brown body, white body, We have this, here in the Philippines, they have this high regards for externals, okay. So what happened was, he's shouting, I'm the greatest, and he cannot even be seen by the mother. It's so small, like a tiny dot from that shuttle, where the satellite is having this camera, and where is this person shouting, I'm the greatest of all? Okay? He's the greatest of all. He thinks so powerful, but after a while, disease comes, What disease does? He loses control of his nervous system. Yeah. Always like that. Okay. So the living entity, by nature, is always seeking ananda, bliss, happiness. But with ignorance, we can never achieve it. Because we will be using this method of using our senses when we identify with the body. What is beautiful relatively through our conditioning. Okay? Just like you don't say to people love their dogs, yeah? They get conditioned. My dog. They kiss the dog. They look at the eyes of the dog. My friend, okay. But you don't do that with a crocodile, So my point is this. I'll read the teachings of our spiritual master in Krsna so we can have this wisdom, okay? This is about what we've been conditioned. Okay? Material knowledge. Okay? The Vedas mainly deal with the subject of the three modes of material nature. Rise above these modes, O Arjuna. Be transcendental to all of them. Be free from all dualities and from all anxieties for gain and safety. And be established in the self. So, that is the main reason our spiritual master taught us the difference between matter and life, the difference between living and non-living, and who we really are, our true transcendental nature, so we can be very fixed in the right direction. Because never we will experience and be in the right direction if we think we're the body. Then when we read about the pastimes of Lord Krsna, we think, Krsna is like us. And not only that, all the relationship that's there, we try to experience it through the senses. Okay? So what happens is that Lord Krsna descend, because the method we follow is the descending process. So the source of life, living, Lord Krishna comes, and we get connected through the chanting of the holy names. The holy names of Lord Krishna is none different from Him. So when we meditate and chant meditation and chant about the source of life, the source of happiness, the Lord of love, our eternal friend, so what will happen? The world we live in is a world that is connected with us, the living entity, not a misdirection directed upon this temporary moving world. That's why Lord Krishna is so merciful, He comes to embrace us. So when we chant the holy names, we enter the transcendental world that is living life. Okay? So now, with the wisdom that has been given to us, this culture of transcendental science, we're able to see the truth. And through our conditioning, we're able to see the experience, the knowledge, material knowledge, we're able to see for what it is. That very simple. In this world, there are laws. And one law is the law of transformation of energy. Matter is energy. It's been transformed in different form. Like, for example, what do they use now to move machines? The fuel comes from oil, comes from gas, no? So material energy is there. But the living entity now, how can we be connected with what is transcendental, what is living? So everything that we think is under our control, it is simply material nature who does everything. So what we should do as living entity, life, we must be focusing our life with what is life itself, the source of life, Krishna. And that is achieved through chanting the holy names. So while we're endeavoring in this world, engaging in so many activities, because by nature, our body is influenced by the modes of material nature. But deep within us, we will be experiencing this connection when we act with wisdom. And how to act with wisdom is guided but by a process that will connect our soul when we speak also our life. Okay? Not that I'm the soul, I'm the body who owns the soul. No. Our love, our source of life, we, the living entity, can connect that in a world of pleasing God. So that's the whole point. To do what is pleasing to God. So Lord Jesus Christ, at the time He's leaving this world, His focus, His mind is that, let this cup pass as you will, not as I will. Meaning, from now on, it is your will. So that's the whole point of the conclusion of what we are doing. So when we engage in the process of chanting the holy names, we become purified from all this ignorance, and we are connected now with the wisdom, because the holy names and the teachings of the spiritual master, all the instructing spiritual master, is a world that is transcendental to these material changes. It's living knowledge, okay? Not relative knowledge. Relative, it's true now, next time it's not true anymore, okay? Like, for example, it's true now that this is a tree, okay? But when you burn it, the form of the tree is gone. It's now ashes, okay? So, what is unchanging? It is the living entity us. So that's why, in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, the soul continuously passes from one body to another. From a baby body to a young boy's body, a young man's body, a middle-aged body, an old man's body. It's like changing of clothes. So, if we chant the holy names, we're able to be the person who is the witness of all the changes. We will now have this intelligence that is about our true transcendental nature. Okay. And through the process, we can use the intelligence to be able to see and be able to be situated with clarity in our relationship in doing the will of God. So that is a choice we have to do. That is the decision we have to make. Okay? This is the situation we should be achieving, okay? The embodied soul may be restricted from sense enjoyment. Through the taste for sense object remains. Because the taste will always be there. For example, you're just here in Madana, okay? There's people selling their mango, they have barbecue or fish balls, okay? So you just pass by because of your experience that was experienced sometimes or years back. You're able to taste this fish ball, okay? And then the smell of the fish bowl, you know? The fishy smell, okay? When it's being cooked, okay? But because you have still a taste for, we're influenced by certain modes, what we like to eat, and the experience we experienced before. And most of the kids here, they're into that mode of, okay, in the mode of passion, okay, or in ignorance. So when they smell the fish ball, immediately, the taste, okay, the tongue, the saliva drips, okay, then somebody tells you there's a sour mango there with soy sauce and vinegar and then sour mango and soy sauce. Then your tongue, the mind, you remember it. And there's the taste you experience, the tongue drips with saliva. I'm gonna go out and buy. Okay. So the reason I want to read this is the embodied soul may be restricted from sense enjoyment. Through the taste for sense objects remains. But ceasing such engagement by experiencing a higher taste, he speaks in consciousness. So how to be fixed is to be able to experience a higher taste. And what is that higher taste? The source of life, the source of joy, the source of beauty, the self-sufficient supreme person. We connect ourselves. We are not self-sufficient with the source of what we're longing for, the holy names. So it comes easy to us through the holy names. So the meditation we do is simply chant. In the beginning we chant. There's no taste, Krishna, Krishna, but the tongue begins, we don't stop chanting. And after a while, the mind begins to chant. You hear the holy names, the pastimes of Lord Krishna, and it is there. So when you chant, the more you become purified. The mind, which is focused upon this world, you can still see the mind, okay? The thoughts in the mind, you can see. Okay? The experience. But because you are now experiencing a higher taste that is connected with life, your heart, you are embraced by, protected by Lord Krishna when you chant the holy names. Okay, you experience a higher taste. Although nandun yun, because we have this body, it will be there. But it's not important to you anymore because you experience a higher taste of doing the will of someone whom you love. So what happens is that in this world, we are attracted to person, to life. But it's deflected upon the body. But if we're with wisdom, like a young boy sees a young girl, or a young girl sees a young boy, okay? Because this is the mode of passion. Everybody wants to experience this love, serving, embracing someone, okay? But if it's with ignorance, and we pursue that goal to find joy in this temporary moving world, the experience, the natural tendencies to love is now directed upon the temporary moving world. Okay? So the person who tells you, I love you because you have beautiful eyes, nice teeth, okay? According to, relatively speaking, to the consciousness that person has. If he's in the mode of passion, he sees differently. In the mode of ignorance, he sees differently. But to the point wherein he tells you, I love you, okay? Then after 10 years, how come the hardware I bought, okay? The furniture I have, the love I'm giving, it's not getting into, and I don't, even though that person reciprocates to me by, because a relationship of consumerist consciousness, the hardware, the furniture, okay? It does not get to me, okay? And it begins to fade, okay? Then I look around, there's another beautiful furniture, beautiful than the furniture I have, okay? So the relationship is mainly based on utilitarian consciousness. So what happened is that the living entity, in a truest sense, thinks he has something, I got this, and I have this wealth, So it is offered to someone as a bait by Maya, material nature. It's not you, you're being driven by a force greater than you to experience joy and happiness. So you use this bait, okay? And the person also, he sees that. She gets baited or he gets baited, okay? After a while, you're together, but you're never really close. And then it fades away. So what is sweet in the beginning turns, how come it's like that? I don't love you anymore. I don't like you anymore, Because the love that you want to experience this relief, is directed upon this temporary moving material energy. It never gets through because not only that, trying to play Lord, this false ego that I'm gonna enjoy my senses, That's why sometimes it's a curse to have so much wealth, if you're not really mature spiritually, okay? Because what will happen is the senses becomes agitated, immediately you have this facility or material energy that in your possession, you can immediately buy furnitures, Huh? And what happened? You waste your time. And not only that, you don't own anything. So instead of a world of sweetness, it's a world of loss. That's why it's contaminated. That's why there's always, after a while, this feeling of lackingness in our heart that this person whom I'm trying to direct my love in ignorance is not really satisfying me. So I look around, So what happened is you get caught by Maya. It's like a spider web, You look at it, wow, it's glittering because in the morning, prior to the sunrise, the spider creates this spider web. And because of the mist and the water, it sparkles when the sun touches it. Okay, it's glittering, and you look at it. So there's this story about this attraction to this material energy. It may be gross. So there's this prince and a princess. He wanted to really have this princess. They call it the liquid beauty that we do play. Okay. So what happened was, he made so much effort to visit that lady and said, to be direct, I want you, okay? I want you, okay? I need you. And the princess tells him, okay, come back after a week. So the princess, what does the princess do? She takes purgative and put all the, she doesn't comb her hair, she vomits all the waste in a big bowl, okay? And then her body got so emaciated. You know what? You don't eat, you pass, like that, okay? Because the body is made out of, the covering is the skin, the water, 80% of your body is made out of water. And you don't take water. And then when you excrete, it's all there. So everything is there, the shit, the saliva, everything, okay? The perspiration, the snoot, okay? Maybe gross. So when the person who, it's raining, it goes, no mountain, no river, no ocean can distract me. I will get you, okay? Di ba? That's the song, no mountain so far, but it's directed upon this material energy. We should direct that to the source of life, Krsna, okay? But in illusion, we do that, okay? I will climb the highest mountain, just to get you, okay? But in that anticipation, you anticipate. What's anticipation? If I get it, I'm gonna enjoy. So what do people do usually? So they try to hype themselves, and when they get it, it's gone. Just like everybody's looking at this car now, because material energy, the commercial and everybody, they project that if you have this car, you're macho, okay, the car for the brave. I love this car. And you look, if I get that, I'll be happy, okay? I work so hard, 20 years, save, and then when you get that car, you're sitting there, like sitting on a toilet bowl, man. Is this all I got? Okay. And back to the point I'm trying to discuss. So he goes, it's raining, there's thunderstorm, ride the horse. The knight in a gallant armor to have that princess. And when he arrives, my princess, I'm here. And the door opens. And the princess, whose body is so emaciated, the hair, and he opens the door, he's surprised. Wow! A witch! Okay? Who are you? I came for the princess. Oh, she's here. The princess is here. Put the big bowl full of shit and all the ways. Okay? So it's a mind-blowing experience. It's like, you know what? When you get electrocuted, you begin to see, wow, it's painful to hold the electricity. Yeah? You don't see the electricity, yeah? But if you try to hold, so the illusion, the thinking, this is what will make me happy. So the wisdom about life, the soul, will be the direction of what happiness is. But it must be balanced in such a way that you don't play surrogate God, that if I can give you everything, and that person also tells you, I can give you this. Yeah? It's like cheating one another because you're not God. You're not self-sufficient. So the point I'm trying to tell is that in ignorance, you're lost. With wisdom, and what is that wisdom? It is the wisdom of our true eternal nature. That's the point. So while you're struggling in this universe, in this material world, of trying to have a foundation that is secured, even the foundation that you're trying to hold on, this body, is not secured. It will change. You were once in a baby body, a young girl's body, a young woman's body. Now, and then many of you marry. Now it's very clear when you marry, you have children, you can see the kids, I love this child, and then he grows. You can see. So what I'm trying to point out is that we must experience a higher taste, the taste of what life is, what love is. Because in ignorance, we will be directing the energy, the living entity, energy, us, living in a wrong direction. And it's the futility of pursuing matter as a security will not be sufficient to alleviate us with what we're really longing. So, if the heart, you, the person, takes shelter in devotional service, then the mind becomes peaceful. And how is done? By chanting the Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare means the energy of God. Rama means the pleasure potency of God. Krishna means the all-attractive Supreme Person. We're searching for someone to give a love, and that person is none other than our eternal friend, Krishna, the Supreme Person. But with the mind, we cannot comprehend God, but rather through hearing from God Himself, through His loving servant, we can understand life or life. Okay? So, while we are here, we engage in the chanting of the holy names, we will be focused because we're experiencing a higher taste. Everything is moving here, and then we know where to direct and take shelter. And we live a life that is transcendental to all this miserable world. To recap it, when a person is in ignorance, he tries to find relief through this material body, by bringing the body in a certain environment, or accumulating material energy in the form of wealth. But because the body is the source of suffering, definitely you don't escape suffering. You experience, the anxiety of the mind. Okay? The anxiety, material nature, caused by other living entities. Okay, you put yourself in an environment, okay? Oh, it's so nice, I'm here in Phuket, okay? Thailand. You're sitting down, drinking lemonade, and then tsunami comes. Wow! Okay? All your loved ones playing there, taken away by the ocean, they're gone. So the source of joy, the source of security, you work so hard. So when you see them, look what I got. I got children who are happy, and I put them in an environment, and you look back, you see, oh, poor people in Africa, okay, or in Kibawe, no mall, but now there is a little mall, 7-Eleven. You see, we think that, oh, I'm in control. We're not in control. Material nature dictates everything. We're just there thinking, a joyride. It's not a joyride. It's our joy. It's not a joyride. It's not what we try to anticipate during Christmas. Joy to the world, the Lord has come. And who's that Lord? Santa Claus. Ho, 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 ho. Okay? The X-Christmas, No more cries, Just X-Men. Okay? And so, we laugh, but it's really painful, when you're there. That's why when you look, you go to this, I've seen this bar, yung bar? Yung people go there because they want to be alone and try to get out of the misery that they had. The wife leaves them, okay? Goes with another man, and then he sits there, and the bartender is there. What do you want? I want scotch on the rocks, okay? Scotch on the rock. Why? Our marriage is on the rocks. It's not anymore on the rocks. I throw her out of the house, and I am alone now. And okay, maybe you need this tequila, And then somebody comes. What's your problem? Okay. This is a world of everybody's like that. So we're given this opportunity to be with Krishna. So all what we have to do is take shelter with the source of happiness, Krishna, Govinda. Okay? That's why Lord Chaitanya came. So we will always seek joy and happiness. We will always be looking for relief and shelter. And only Krishna will suffice or be the one who can give that to us. All what we have to do is follow the path of the saintly person. And what is that path? It is their love. Just like when Lord Jesus Christ is on the cross. Okay, it's really painful, And his relationship, he tells, Father, why have you forsaken me? But in the end, he tells, let this cup pass as you will, not as I will. So, that will be the crux of our life. That will be the crossroad of what we're doing. We're on the crossroad now. But in that crossroad, time moves so fast, okay? What you do, touch move. There's no rehearsal, okay? Now you're in this crossroad. Don't ever think na there's a rewind, okay? Okay? There's a rewind, no. Everything is final now. What you do will have a great impact upon your life. So sa crossroad, you must make correct decision. Because opportunity like this you know, seldom comes, you know. It's said that when the living entity is fortunate, he comes in contact with Lord Krishna. Now, if you don't take this, then where will you go? What will you do, you know? You'll just be here in this world of birth, death, disease, and old age, you know, and trying to find fulfillment in a very painful environment. Lost, empty, okay? Empty. You'll always be there, you know, alone, okay? Trying to diminish the pain, the melancholy. It's always about the bitterness of life. And you're there in ignorance, self-pity, okay? And then, not only that, you experience the pain of anger, the frustration and anger. Then you get so angry, you know, you lose your intelligence. And it's very sad for the devotee to see someone he loves so much, the living entity us. It's really sad for Lord Krishna to see us lonely and unhappy. That's why the spiritual master goes out of his way, you know, goes out of his way to assist us, to help us. So the path we follow is a path of life, and when we mature spiritually and we make progress, we want also to bring happiness to others. It's not anymore about us. It's about Krishna, the joy of Krishna, where everybody, all the living entities whom we come in contact, we give them the opportunity to be happy and connected with the Supreme Protector, the source of life. Because everybody is just there waiting, looking blindly in this material world with no direction. So now you're given this wisdom, you're in the crossroad, you know what is to be done, you have heard so much. So the decision will be upon you. If you like to live a life of lifelessness or you live a life of happiness. And is there the chanting of the holy names? Haribol Namaste. Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa namine Gora Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prestayate.
Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa namine Gora Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prestayate.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya.
Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Garadhara Shri Vasade Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Garadhara Shri Vasade Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Haribol, Haribol.
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Haribol. Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. Mohana, Haribol, Haribol, Krishna, Haribol. Jaya Goranga, Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Goranga, Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Goranga, Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa, Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa, Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa, Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa. Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gora Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prestayate. Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gora Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prestayate. Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gora Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prestayate. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Garadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Bol, Namaste.